What's up, guys? In this video, it got Miss Shanice here with the Mobile Home Elite Investors. We kicked the fellas out, and we're going to talk about our experience as women bosses in mobile home investing, some of our challenges, some of the benefits of being a woman, and some of the crazy experiences we've had. So don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and hit the bell button to be notified of new videos we post every week. So stay tuned. Shanice, I am so excited to be here with you today. We've been talking about this for a long time. I know a lot of women come to us and they're like, hey, can I do this? Can I be a mobile home investor? I'm single, I'm scared, whatever the case is. So we were like, man, we got to get together and share some information, some empowerment to those women. So before we even get started with all of that, can you just introduce yourself? Let us know what you do and how long you've been mobile home investing.
Yeah, so first of all, Samira, thank you so much for just putting this together so we can come on and talk to all the women out here who are interested in mobile home investing. But yeah, so just a quick introduction. My name is Shanice. I'm one half of the Mobile Home Elite Investors with my partner, Byron. We've been investing in mobile homes now for about a year and a half. So still, again, haven't been doing this a long time, just a year and a half. We've done a little bit over 25 deals so far within that year and a half. And
yes,
thank you. And then within that first year, we just really understood the niche that we found, and we sat down and was like, hey, we need to share this information because there's so many other investors out here who can really be taking advantage of, making some passive income.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love what you guys are doing. You guys are killing it on Instagram. You guys are killing it everywhere. And it's so awesome. Like, it's so unusual to find other couples doing what we're doing. And you guys are out of the Chicago area, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Chicago.
In the Midwest. Okay. So I know when we first got started, I had a ton of stigma. Like, I was so closed off to working in trailer parks or working in mobile homes. I'm like, is it safe? I'm thinking about, is there felons there? Is it going to be okay for me to go in there? Like, my biggest fear was even just going into the mobile home parks by myself. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. That was the fear and the stigmas that were playing in my head. So I'm just curious from you, what was some of the biggest fears you had going into this niche, and like, how did you overcome them?
Yeah, definitely. I can definitely say, like, when we first got started, Samira, like, kind of similar to you, like, I was kind of terrified as well to go in the mobile home parks. Like, I remember our first experience, and even like going in a first mobile home, just looking at it. And I remember being with Byron and like having him go first and kind of like waiting for him to give me the signal to be like, it's okay. And because it's like, again, I'm from Chicago, it's a big city, before I started investing in mobile homes, we didn't really know where any mobile home parks was. Of course, now, like, I see them all the time now, right. But of course, being from a bigger city, it's kind of like you overlook the mobile home parks. So it's like, once we finally started getting into it, it was more so like, I don't know, what type of situation I'm going to walk into. And then also I feel like as well, unfortunately, when you don't grow up around, mobile home parks, you kind of put, the people who live there in, a certain type of category to where like you may feel like you don't want to deal with them as far as like even being tenants or buyers or anything. So that kind of was something like when we first got started, they kind of played in my mind like, do I really want to be, dealing with this situation? But, I'm so blessed and thankful that, of course, we did go ahead and do this because I've met some amazing people in this journey.
Yeah, and it's like, I think that stigma takes you into like, you think of them, not like less than, but you're just like, oh, am I going to be able to resonate to them? Is this going to be safe for me? Is there even any money in that industry? All of those things are playing in my head too. And it's like, no, they're just regular people. They want to have a solid, good home for their family. They're working hard. They're doing everything. It's the same. It's just, this is a more of affordable housing niche. So I'm right there with you. I didn't know what we were walking into. I'm glad I had Jay there. That was helpful, you know, to kind of get over some of the fears, but I had to like jump in. There was no way I was going to be able to sit on the sidelines the entire time. So I was like, hey, I'm going to do what I got to do. I see the opportunity here. There's so many mobile homes out there. So many people that need help. I'm like, I got to jump in on this. We can't be sitting on the sideline because I'm scared. So I remember like one of the craziest experiences I had that kind of helped me to get over that stigma was we were selling a home, and the home was in the middle of nowhere. I didn't know that because I hadn't gone to the home yet. Jay had inspected the home, and I was going to go and actually meet the buyers there to sell the property because I was doing that. And so I'm like driving out there. I'm like, yo, there's nothing out here. Like, it was spooky. It was spooky. And I'm supposed to meet two men. Their both name was Jesus. They barely spoke English. Both of them were Jesus. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? So I go out there. I'm like, have the titles in hand. Jay, he was at another inspection. So it was like, I had to handle this by myself. So they, you know, one of them shows up. I like jump out of the car. I'm like, man, I'm in this, you know, by this mobile home. It's, you know, it's nothing out here. I was super spooked. And he showed the house. I had to just like put my big girl panties on and do it, you know, and crazy. Like I showed him the house, and this was before, you know, we got a little bit more, you know, organized with things. We were closing in at the spot. So he brought $13,000 in cash to the closing. So not only am I out there with nobody, with the open titles, he brought he's counting out $13,000 in cash. I'm like, oh my gosh, Jay, stay on the phone with me. I just want to make sure I'm good. So, you know, like crazy experiences like that happen, but it showed me like, we're just here to do business. As long as you show yourself as a professional, as a business person, that's what's going to happen. Obviously, stay safe. In hindsight, I would have closed at the bank. I wouldn't have carried $13,000 in cash out there. Like that was crazy. But everything went through good. We got them the home. All the transaction went through well. But what are some of the crazy experiences you've had as a woman kind of trying to handle this business? Maybe some of the fears that have come in as you've been doing it.
Yeah, for sure. So definitely I can say, especially when we first got started, Samara, just even like calling the mobile home parks again, like this was my first experience, like being a business owner, being an entrepreneur. So even just kind of knowing how to handle business, how to have those conversations. When we first started, it was like, whoa, like, what do I say? And I feel like we get a lot of people who are like, you know, what do I say to the park managers or the owners or the sellers? And it's like, even I remember when I first called, like, I didn't know what to say. I'm just like, hello, like, is your house for sale? Like, and they're like, well, who are you? And again, like, you know, we would get so many no's in the beginning. And I feel like those no's could have stopped me in my tracks as far as wanting to invest, because I feel like after so many no's, you kind of lose your confidence. Like, you know, wow, like, should I keep calling or what should I do? But the one thing I can say is that when you really want something and you really want to change something in your life, like you'll keep doing it. And that's what I did. Like I kept calling. I kept calling. I mean, I called over like 100 parks. And the great thing about that in the beginning is that I called so many parks from this one company that the vice president ended up calling me back.
Wow.
Park managers kept on saying like, yeah, this girl Shanice, she's calling, she's an investor, she's wanting to invest. And of course they're like, Shanice, mobile home parks, they're like, whoa, like this is new, you know, being African-American as well. And, you know, ended up getting the VP on the phone and he ended up inviting us to Denver, which was amazing because that was a great connection to make in the beginning as far as, you know, having an opening to these mobile home parks. So, you know, I just say that to say, like, you know, definitely just don't give up. Like, if that's the best advice as far as I can tell, especially women, like, just don't give up. Like I said, like, I called over 100 parks in the beginning because I was like, I'm not stopping, okay? Like, I'm not stopping. I'm not going to be on the sidelines. I'm not going to allow this fear to take over. Like, I'm going to continue to go and just continue to grow and make sure that we getting it done.
Man, and that paid off. That's amazing. So just call, you know, that persistence. It's like, you know what, I'm going to hear no, and I'm going to push through the no's until I get that yes. And then you led to the vice president of a big company calling you back. That's amazing. And that probably kickstart your whole career, right? It's like, once that happened, it's like, okay, this is doable. I'm already connected to the right people. That is so awesome. Yeah, you got that hustler spirit, girl. You got that hustler spirit. That's what it takes.
You gotta be a hustler. And I know it's tedious work, but it's like it's just time management.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's like, how bad do you want it? And I tell people that all the time. You can, if you don't want it that bad, you're going to make excuses. You're going to, it's hot outside, or I'm tired, or I have this. But if you want it, like you said, you're going to push through all the adversity, the no's, and then that's where the magic happens. That's when the opportunities start coming through. That's so awesome. I know even in real estate investing and mobile home investing, it seems like definitely a male dominated industry. I remember most of our mentors have been men. The successful people have been a lot of men. The handymen are men. The contractors are men. When you go into those real estate meetings, it's men. And I remember when I was first getting started, I'm like, man, most of the women that I'm seeing are secretaries or note takers or people that are supporting them. And so it's been, some of the challenges that you face is just like, can I do this? Is this something that women are doing? Even making those connections with you got to be strong. You got to, see yourself as equal. What are some of the challenges that you think you've faced so far in your mobile home investing journey, especially being, only one of the only women in the room when you're doing it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely. We've had situations even with handyman where, of course, like they're not really speaking to me. Like they'll go to Byron as far as, things that need to be fixed on the home or just any problems or anything that, were occurring on the home. And honestly, it's just, it goes back to that confidence, like, just kind of speaking up and saying like, hey, like, I know he's here, but, this is my home as well. So, let's talk about the problems and what is going on, and just kind of, stepping up and just, showing your face like, hey, I'm here.
Yep. And like you said, just letting them know like, hey, I own the home. It's all about it's the confidence. It really is. Because I think over time, it just became more natural to me. And people started calling me boss lady. I'm like, yeah, you're right, I'm boss lady.
Right.
And you just got to own it. You got to own it. Even when you're just getting started, you may not feel the confidence. You might not even know what you're talking about. But nonetheless, it's all about just perception. It's about perception. It's about putting those big girl panties on and just saying, hey, I'm here to make money. I'm here to do a job, and I'm going to do it regardless of how you're looking at me, because I already know what I'm doing. So now, what are some of the benefits? I know those are some of the challenges, but what are some of the benefits you feel you've been able to get as being a woman in the industry?
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like even when it comes to our buyers, like when we're closing, like it's funny because Byron always jokes. He like, yeah, Shanice is a closer. Like I get all the cash buyers, and I get even when we're doing a closing, I feel like because again, us as women, we have more of like a nurturing nature. Mm-hmm. I feel like the buyers just kind of resonate with us more as far as like, when we're going through the closing process. And then when you think about our buyers as well, majority of, for us, I can speak in our experience, they are women, it's family. Mm-hmm. Or even if it is like a wife and a husband, it's more likely the wife who is handling all the paperwork and anything. So it's like when we are going through the closing, of course she's more, comfortable with talking to me. So right. I feel like that has been a great benefit.
Oh, for sure. I feel like women are naturally more emotional, and it's like sometimes even when people are going through those tough situations and they're selling their home, I know Jay, he goes in there, he's just trying to get a job done. He's the man, I'm trying to go get this deal, but he's like, sometimes he's like, you need to bring that woman touch in, because, he's talking to maybe an older lady and she's going through something, and just having a woman there, being able to resonate with her on an emotional level and really trying to help and hear. I feel like women just have such a, not saying men can't do that, but women are just naturally more compassionate, more empathetic towards those types of situations. And even talking with park managers, it's like, majority of the park managers we come across are women. So it's like you can build that relationship, that girlfriend type of relationship, a little bit easier when you come in and they're like, okay, they want to help other women succeed. And they know, I feel like they have a little bit more trust when they see another woman do it, because naturally, I feel like women look at other women, they're like, oh, she's going to get the job done. She's like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? When you see another woman come in confident, ready to get a job done, I don't know, I just look at them and be like, yep, Yeah, I believe it. I believe they're going to handle it because that's just naturally what women do. So what do you think, how do you think that women can actually make a difference in this niche and, you know, really make an impact? Because I know, like I said, when we are interviewing people or even talking to other students, they're saying, you know, a lot of the women, I hear them saying like, oh, I'm just not sure that, you know, that confidence thing is still not there. So how do you think we can push past that and empower some women to get in the game and make a difference?
Oh yeah, for sure. I love that you said impact, and just going back to the buyers starting out, a lot of buyers who come to us, via the messenger or however we're marketing, they are in specific situations where they're looking for help, like they're looking to change their lives, they're looking for affordable housing. So, one, that's what really pushes me as far as my confidence, just to know that I'm helping another family, not only helping myself in my business, but I'm helping another family secure a livelihood for their family. And I think that's just a great demand as far as confidence, just knowing, what I'm doing every day. And it's really just resonating that with our students to let them know, like, hey, like, push those fears to the side. Like, I know you're going to have all those what if questions in your mind, like,
Mm-hmm.
what if this goes wrong, what if the park manager tells me no, what if I invest the money and don't make the money back? But then you have to start thinking, like, well, what if you do invest the money and you do make the money back? Or what if you do call the park manager and they say, hey, you can invest in my park? Like, you have to
Yep.
start kind of resonating your mind to go from that negative to thinking all positive, so that you can start making that difference.
That's so, it's all mindset. It's all mindsets, limitations we put in our mind. And it's some women out here, like there's some of our students killing it, like just by getting over that mindset shift. I know one of our students yesterday, she just went into a property, closed it. It's an amazing deal. The comps in that park are looking at somewhere between $50,000 to $70,000. The lady was just, she had to get out. She couldn't, she lost her roommate. She needed to sell quickly. She was able to get there, empathize with her, and the lady sold it to her for $7,000, and it's in perfect condition, brand new, double wide, doesn't really need any work. I'm like, go ahead, girl. Go ahead. And she did it by herself, and she didn't let that stop her. She didn't let that hold her back, like, oh, but I'm just a woman, or I don't know, there's people, other women need help too, you know what I'm saying? And even, of course, always be safe. That's what we tell our students. Like, if you feel uncomfortable in any situation, or if there's, you're talking to a seller, talking to someone and it's a man, you don't feel comfortable, don't necessarily put yourself in those situations. But you can always do things to stay safe. Like, have somebody on your phone, like you said, your brother, your uncle, your dad, they could come with you if you need it. You need that support too. So it's like, find what makes you comfortable, but don't let that stop you. And I think that's the biggest thing that, I want to resonate to other women. Like, don't let it stop you. Find a solution. Just find a solution. Because if you know this is the right way to go, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? All of that doubt just stops you.
Exactly. Like you said, like, definitely, like, I am blessed to have, Byron by my side through most of this journey. But even if I didn't have Byron, just being honest, like, I would still be doing this because, again, like, when you want something so bad, you don't allow that fear to stop you. Like, if it wasn't Byron, it would be my father or my brother or my best friend, my cousin, just to make sure that I'm comfortable enough if I do need somebody there when I'm closing or going to inspect the home. So, like you said, just kind of, just talking to all the women out there, like, just don't allow fear to stop you. Like, get out there. If you see some good deals and you need some additional help, like, of course, you got us, you got Jay and Samara. Like, that's where
right.
we're to help you guys get over those fears.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you so much, Shanice. I'm sure the value you brought today is going to touch so many women. I'm just excited that we are finally able to get on a call together. We've been talking about this for too long. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you're interested in learning how to make more money with mobile home investing, we've started our 90-day accelerator program. I'm going to leave a link to apply below this video. Some of our students are making between $5,000 to $40,000 per month flipping mobile homes. It's amazing. And Shanice, can you let them know where they can find you and get in touch with you as well?
Oh yes, for sure. So we're definitely very heavy on Instagram. So you can definitely follow us there at Mobile Home Elite Investors. And then we're also on YouTube as well. So definitely subscribe to our channel too at MH Elite Investors.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel too and hit the bell to be notified of new videos we post every week. Don't forget to leave a comment below, especially if you're a woman. We want to hear from you. We want to hear your experience. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.